To capture a performance, I think, involves having an insight into what that performance involves, because very often when you see it, you only see the surface. And I think the new scientific approaches that are opening up all around us will allow us to make sense of something that until recently has been almost impossible to capture in words.
Through our physiological research into performers, including elite performers, what we want to know is not just the self-reports of how people feel or why they perform, but we actually want to know specifically what's going on when they do perform, so how it's affecting them on a deeper level. A lot of our work involves collecting biological samples, where we're then trying to analyse components of the endocrine and immune systems, and we're trying to analyse how these change when people actually take part and perform. And if we can understand those responses, we can actually help them to prepare better for those performances.
The way technology is changing performance is huge. We know now for events like the Olympics, small changes can make big differences to whether you're going to win a medal or not win a medal, because the margins between first, second and third are so very, very small. What we're trying to do is pull apart what contributes to those margins. So what small differences can we make that will make that bigger difference to where they will win? With an athlete, they are constantly pushing themselves to the limits. They're almost pushing the system to failure. And so from a science and research and understanding how the body works, that's actually really quite interesting.
In the history of measuring human movement in elite performers, we have relied on using markers that are placed on the body and tracked with special video cameras. If you think about where you'd like to measure performance in someone like an elite musician, the ideal scenario is to measure that performance and quantify that performance when the person is engaged in a live performance to an audience. And to do that, you can't really put markers onto that person. So in order to achieve the goal of being able to track human movement without using markers, what we're doing is we're training artificial intelligence systems or machine learning systems in order to be able to interpret human motion from standard cameras.
Performance is very interpretative, and so we need to try and capture it in ways that move beyond just how the body might respond, for example, to also think about how performers experience the very act of performing. So we look at qualitative methods that allow us to work in real detail on the subjectivities of performance. Qualitative and quantitative research together can be very complementary. In quantitative research, we can look at patterns, trends, generalizable features of performing and performance. And in qualitative research, we can really shed light on the processes and the mechanisms and the experiences of performing. And putting those things together makes a much fuller picture of the experience of performance, and also how we can enhance performance when we're looking at the very elite levels of performing.
These new ways of capturing performance will allow us to see things that we didn't know were there. And I think this is a very exciting moment for performance science.